Hey guys, the chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about when potentially the update could drop, your guys' thoughts and feedback around it, and also do a little wrap up and review on season 45 as we are finished off here at 25:46. Guys, you haven't already, appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. If you want to stay up to date with everything on Boom Beach and Boom Beach Warships with the new season, kind of just coming around the corner. This will be done by the time this comes out, so this one is coming to a close. And yeah, so make sure to stay up to date, stay subscribed, and I am doing a giveaway at the end of April, so within the next week or so, for those of you that have been using the code CHICKEN in the shop. So if you want to make sure that you got that plugged in before you grab instant training or whatever for the next season, or if you're going to pick anything up for the update, make sure you do that, and link to that is in the Discord where I do all the giveaway information is in the video description. So first off, let's talk a little bit about the update. Now, I believe it's supposed to be coming out at some point this week. Now, there's no real new content per se from this update, so it's not, something that we desperately need to get our hands on immediately, but it would be nice to get some of these fixes sooner than later, so hopefully it does come out on schedule and it doesn't get delayed or anything like that. I don't think that it will from, what I've heard around stuff. I believe it is on track to come out whenever they said it was at some point this week. And yeah, going into next season, man, I am so excited. I'm so excited to be able to not have the pressure on at the beginning of the season, be able to play at my own pace, not the game's. And it's just going to be nice. I think it's going to breathe a breath of fresh air into the game. I think it's going to help out with burnout, with especially coming off of a 4-week season that was the definition of grindy. Yeah, I think it's going to be a welcome change. So I'm definitely looking forward to that coming out. We'll just clear some NPC bases here. So yeah, we still got a few more down here. But yeah, I'm interested to see when it's going to come out, and we'll see when that happens. And I do believe it's going to be at some point this week. And yeah, going through your guys' comments, the feedback was very positive. Everyone seems to be on the same page. It was all good changes that needed to happen, and that people were interested in seeing. Look at this, we're at 73. Can we do some upgrades here to get to 74 instantly? Let's see. Okay, that wasn't it. That's not it. And what can we upgrade here? Ooh, I don't want to do that. How much is it going to cost? $5,000 in gems? Damn. Oh no, we did get 74. We did get 74. I think that's the highest, right? I think that's the highest, so that's pretty cool. Glad I didn't just waste 5,000 gems there for nothing. Yeah, let's get building some masterpieces. We got the trader here. We already did that. So yeah, everyone seemed to be on the same page. It was all good feedback, and everyone seems excited about the changes. I know there's, it's not everything. We're like, yeah, we still want a base builder in Warships. Yeah, we want to, be able to share replays in Warships. Some other stuff that hopefully, I'm optimistic that if they were able to do this stuff this late in the game, or like this late in general, I'm kind of surprised that they came out with these changes just kind of randomly. For especially like the boost all statue things, like people have been asking for that for years. Like since I started covering the game in like 2016, people have been asking for a boost all statue option. Why they decided to come out with that right now, I'm not really sure, but it's cool, man. And it's like I said, it keeps me optimistic for the future of the game if they're able to make subtle little changes like that. I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably do enjoy the game some, so having, just little tweaks and balances and things like that adjusted is really all we can ask for at this point. So, yeah, that was all good news. Now, let's talk about Season 45. Now, you see here, we have finished, and it's funny, I was all worried about not making the top 500, and then we dropped, like, 50 spots the last 3 or 4 days. Like, it did not move that much at all. So dropping a little bit more so down right now, but it looks like the top 500 is going to finish somewhere around that, high 24, maybe at the most. Yeah, it's going to be like 2470, something like that, 2475. So yeah, made it with lots of room to spare. And glad I didn't have to grind out, on the last weekend. I was just busy, man. I had a lot of stuff to do this weekend, and all the cleanup from the storm and everything. So that was good to get done. The river finally went down, so we were able to tackle some of that. So yeah, let's talk about season 45 for a minute. A very interesting season. I don't know. It was just I don't know necessarily what causes a season to be, grindier or harder to pull away from other seasons. It's hard to say. Typically, it's when they lump in a bunch of good stuff together, and I feel like that's kind of like what happened at 6ERs. Because you noticed, like, basically as soon as we got from 5 to 6, there was essentially no progress to be had until you got to that ending tech in 7. There was a couple little push points here and there, but they weren't really anything significant. And I think that was due to the fact that they kind of crammed all of the stat nodes into one thing. The beginning of the season, you know what? It actually went really well. It went really well, and I was kind of shocked, if they had told me beforehand without seeing the tech tree, like, oh, the next season's going to have artillery as the main unlock, and then seekers, you can get them on day 1. I'd be like, well, that sounds like it's going to be a disaster. Most of us thought the same thing, but for whatever reason, it ended up being okay. I mean, there was the whole, 358 thing with the artilleries, but, it was very easy to get out of that. It was, it was silly that was the meta, was just throwing down artilleries as fast as you could, but it was very easy to get beyond that. It wasn't really a big deal. It wasn't, the bad things are when you can't get chests and you can't move forward and you get stuck. That's what we always want to avoid. That wasn't really like that this season. It wasn't really like at any point it wasn't really a fizzle meta. The only time that happened was when people were trying to hang on to the seeker train a little bit too long, and not switching over to bombardiers. That's when the fizzling started. But otherwise, we didn't really experience that much this season at all. But yeah, other than the 358 stuff, which again was easy to get out of, things went pretty smoothly off the start. And then, we kind of ventured into some of the same things where it's like some of the rocket bases got tough. Rocket launchers were interesting this season because they didn't come into play until really the very end, because a lot of people just didn't bother going for them early on. So that was kind of cool to see. And that ended up working out fine. Again, I think the biggest problem this season was just that they crammed all the stat nodes in together, and that made it really kind of hard to pull away from the pack. I think that was kind of my biggest takeaway. Lots of cool base designs. The decks were okay, and everything like that. So, yeah, I'll throw it out to you guys. You guys let me know in the comments what you thought of Season 45. Were you with it? Were you against it? Either way, interested to hear your thoughts and feedback as always. Hope you had a great season. Hope you are parked. Hope you achieved whatever your goals were. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching, and we'll catch you the next one. Chicken out. Back.